So you're considering about a move to Roseburg. I'm sure you've got a ton of questions. Today, in this video, I am going to break down and give you the top 10 frequently asked questions that I get all the time from people looking to move, typically from California, but a lot of times from Washington, about what life is like about living in Roseburg. Whether you're looking for insider tips or just curious what life is like here, I'm breaking Roseburg down from all the local hotspots to the housing market. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss this. Hey everybody, I'm Jerry Norman with Oregon Life Homes. I've been selling real estate here for the last few years and I love it. I get calls all the time from people just like you with a ton of questions about what life is like here in Roseburg. I love getting these phone calls all the time, and I am so happy to help out and set everybody's mind at ease of what life is really like living here in Roseburg. I too relocated here to this area about 8-9 years ago and love it. I have no plans on ever moving. This is one of the greatest places to live. There's tons of outdoor activity, different hobbies you can do. It's just all about what your lifestyle is like. So in this video, we are going to get into all the top questions that I get asked about what life is like here in Roseburg. So with that, number one, what's the weather like here? All right, so today it's the third week of January and it's sunny and about 55 degrees. However, last night was pretty cold. I woke up and there was frost on the hood of my truck. So I know that if you are living in other parts of the country, like the Northwest or Northeast and the East Coast right now is getting hammered with snow. We don't get that here. In fact, we haven't got any snow this winter. I'm not sure if we're going to. So typically the winter times, the lows are right around the mid 30s. We get a lot of rain, about 150 days a year in total of rain. So yeah, it gets a little wet. It's been wet. Last week, we had a little bit of flooding, but not too major. In the summertime, you're going to get typical summer temperatures range right around the 80-degree mark. There's a few days out of the year where it may get over into the triple digits, but that's not too often. So overall, the weather here is very mild compared to a lot of other places in the country. It's not humid. It's a little cooler than California and a little wetter than California. It's very livable and very easy to manage. Most people that live here don't mind the rain. You're just kind of accustomed to it. So now, number two, are there any major employers in Roseburg and the surrounding areas? Yes, we have a few different employers. One of the top ones is Mercy Medical Center. And a lot of traveling nurses come through here, a lot of medical professionals, and there's a lot of smaller medical offices as well. So a lot of medical professionals here as well. One of the largest employers also is Roseburg Forest Products. So there's a lot of logging and lumber jobs here, but Roseburg Forest Products is one of the larger employers as well. And if you are a small business owner, there is a ton of community support for small businesses. So overall, there are a few employers, but if you were looking for some more tech type jobs, you're going to want to go to some of the bigger cities, Portland, Eugene, possibly Medford. Largest industries here are the medical and lumber and manufacturing and that kind of stuff. The manufacturing and production, which goes along with the millwork. Number three, are there any good local restaurants in Roseburg? Absolutely. I mean, you've got True Kitchen for upscale dining, and then for breakfast, you've got the Bagel Tree is a great spot, and Black and Blue, both for breakfast. Black and Blue also for lunch. And then of course downtown, you've got North 40 Brewery, which is a great brewery with some good lunch as well. And then also you got Gathering Grounds Coffee for a great little coffee shop. So there are in Roseburg a ton of good locally owned restaurants. If you got any questions about that, it's also in my relocation guide, which you can get in the link down below. If you got any other questions, leave a comment, and I'd love to hear what your favorite restaurant is here in Roseburg. And with that, number 4, how safe is Roseburg? Safety is always a major concern when relocating. Roseburg has a relatively lower crime rate compared to other larger cities, but also there are some neighborhoods that are going to feel much safer than others. But overall, Roseburg is welcoming and friendly. It's just some neighborhoods are going to feel more safe than others. And if you got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to try and fit what neighborhoods would best fit you and your needs for you and your family. Question number 5. What is the average home price compared to California? And what can I expect to get for that price? All right, so here's the good news. And the first thing is Roseburg, which sits in Douglas County, sits on the I-5 corridor. Now, Douglas County is the 3rd cheapest county in any county that touches the I-5 corridor from Canada to Mexico. It's the 3rd cheapest. So housing prices in Roseburg are going to be at a fraction of some of the major cities in California, or even Portland or Tacoma or Seattle. The average home price here is about $350,000. So while prices do fluctuate slightly, $350,000 will get you a really good move-in ready home. Now, if you are looking for more space, more land, or some different upgrades, such as a shop or larger home, you are going to pay a little bit more for that. But $350,000 is the median sales price in Douglas County, so you can get a really nice home for that. And then compared to what you can get for $350,000 in some cities in California, these are going to be a lot better homes. You're going to get much more of a house for your money here in Roseburg. Plus, you're going to have a little bit more space as well and a friendly community. Question number 6. What type of properties or homes are available in Roseburg? Well, for the most part, you're going to have single-family homes. There are a couple condo buildings, but not very many. A lot of people that are downsizing into this area, they start looking into the manufactured homes or manufactured homes in a park that are over 55. I don't suggest those, and you can watch my other video, and that link is right there, about homes in a park. You're going to find a lot of single families, some with a lot of acreage. There's a lot of ranches here, hobby farms, but the typical home is going to be in a nice established neighborhood. A lot of the homes that are in the 350 range were usually built right around like in the 2000s or 1990s. But there is a really wide range. There are some historic homes as well. It just all depends on what your taste is. And if you got any questions on what specifics you're looking for, give me a call, text, email. I'd love to hear from you and help you out with that. Question number 7. What neighborhoods would you recommend for newcomers? Well, me being a real estate agent, I can't steer, but there are some great neighborhoods that a lot of people that are moving here are looking to get into. Now, if you want to be around the Roseburg area, there is the Hillcrest neighborhood and also the Melrose. Just depends on your price range. The Melrose is a much more desired neighborhood. There's homes out there, on larger lots, sometimes a few acres. And then in the Hillcrest neighborhood, and then also West Harvard neighborhood as well, those homes are going to be on regular city lots, and they are in a nice established neighborhood, and a lot of people love living there. It just depends on what your price range is. And then also, if you want to spread out from Roseburg, Sutherland and Oakland to the north, and you've got Winston and Myrtle Creek to the south. So with just depending on what you are looking for, there is always an opportunity to find the type of house that you're looking for in any one of those towns. And they're all pretty much centralized around Roseburg. Question number 8, how competitive is the housing market? All right, so I've been talking to a lot of people that are looking to relocate here. There are some that are just kind of looking right now, and it seems like every time they find a house that they like, or before I can go take a video of it, it goes pending. in Roseburg, it's not as cutthroat as some of the larger cities. However, there still is some good competition, and we are getting into the beginning of the year where more buyers are starting to come out and start looking and getting their goals of buying a house this year. So it is starting to pick up as far as the competition goes. However, the average days on market for the homes right now in Roseburg are about 60 to 70 days on market. So those homes are sitting on the market for a little while. So there are opportunities, but the good homes seem to go really quick right now. It just all depends on the type of home you're looking for and also the price range, whichever price range you're in. Basically, if you are in the under the 350 range to 250 range, those homes don't seem to last very long. It's always good to have everything in order and ready to go. If I'm going to be doing video tours for you, then I'm more than happy to do that. But we want to make sure that once that good house comes available, that we're ready to go. If we need to get your house on the market or get an offer accepted on your house or even do a transition loan, all that stuff is available. So if you are thinking about making the move to Roseburg and not quite sure where to start, give me a call, send me an email. I'm happy to get you started. That way we can kind of get a game plan going. It just all depends on your circumstances about your exiting property to what you're looking for here in Roseburg. We can get into all that. I can start doing video tours for you. And if we find the right house, you can fly up here for a weekend. I'm more than happy to show you in person all these homes. We just need to get a game plan going and figure out what we need to find for you. A lot of times I'll do these video tours for people and then they realize maybe Roseburg isn't for me. I'm not finding what I'm looking for. So it just all depends. So give me a call. I'd love to help you out with that. And number 9, how long does it take to close? Well, it all depends. But typically, the average close time is anywhere between 30 and 45 days. But if it's a cash purchase, those can sometimes be 2.5, 3 weeks. But really, we want to structure your offer to make it more manageable for your transition to the Roseburg area, and we also want to make your offer more appealing to the seller. If the house is vacant, most likely they want to sell quick. So if moving here and closing quickly is in your cards, then we'll structure that offer to be more appealing to the seller than somebody else making an offer that's a 45-day close. It just all depends on a lot of circumstances, and we can get into that more in depth. But typically, the average close time is 30 to 45 days. Number 10, how do you finance this move to Roseburg? Well, that all is going to depend on your specific circumstance. There are a lot of great loan programs, and it just all depends. If you're a veteran, Oregon is one of 8 states that offer a state VA program. Not a lot of people know this, and not a lot of lenders offer this. So if you're a veteran looking to relocate, downsize, or whatever to the Roseburg area, and you've got some equity in a house that you're selling, definitely give me a call, and I can at least talk to you about this state program and get you in touch with a lender that really knows it really well. And I mean, it is the best loan program available if you are making that move here to Oregon. Also, there are some other options. There's transition loans to where you can take the equity out of your exiting home without having it sold yet and use it to purchase a home here in Roseburg. It just all depends on your circumstances, your exiting property that you're going to be leaving, just a bunch of different stuff. But there are ways to make it happen, and there are ways to make it easy for you to be able to sell that house, move here to Oregon. We've done some simultaneous closes where they close in the same day, one house to the other. We just kind of time it. That's a little difficult, but it can be done. If that's a question for you, let me know and get a hold of me. I can definitely work with you and try and get you the right situation and the right options for your transition here. So that's pretty much it. Before I did this video today, I had just been answering a bunch of emails, and these questions all came up. So these are common questions that I get asked all the time. So I'm more than happy to help. And I just wanted to let you guys know and just try and answer some questions and help you out. A lot of answers are going to be in that relocation guide. And if you are a first-time home buyer, there's a first-time home buyer guide in the description below. Feel free to download those. They're free. But with that, thank you for watching. And if you got any information or any questions, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear what you got to think. And if you have any questions about moving to Roseburg. And with that, you guys watch these videos over here. Have a great day.